Okay, so we're slowly transitioning to our section 4, and we're going to start with the concept of slope. What is the slope of something? Well, slope is the rate of change, the rate at which something is changing. So let's go and define this a little bit more. The constant rate of change between points on a line is the slope. We talk about a constant rate of change, and constant refers to a line. We write our slope as a ratio. A ratio is a fraction, and it's a ratio of the rise to the run. Remember how we write a ratio? Rise to run, meaning rise will go on top, run will go on the bottom. And we use the variable m to represent slope. So when we look at a graph and we're interpreting, there are 4 types of slope. And we always read our graph from left to right. So we go from the left side of it. If we look at our first little bird, that has a positive slope. So he's going up. Then our next one has a negative slope when we trace our line from left to right. Now, when we come to this third one, it's going left and right. There is no change. There is no rise. So we say it has a 0 slope. Well, when there is no run, it is undefined, okay? Or we can also say no slope. So let's go look how we do that from a graph. Remember, slope is our rise over our run. It's the vertical change, meaning we're going to go up or down, over our horizontal, left to right. So here's how we do this. We take one point and we move to the next point. So I'm going to rise and then I'm going to run, okay? So write your m, because slope is m. And we look, how much did I go up? If you count from one line to the next, you went up 7. How much did I run? I ran 4. Therefore, the slope of number 1 is 7/4. That's it. That is your answer. And yes, and you leave it improper. Do not make it a mixed number. So let's look at 2. I have my point here, and I have my point here. Now, I'm going to write my m. This time, my rise was actually a fall. I went down. So if you count, you go down 1, 2, 3. I went down 3, but we're going down. So going down is a negative. But then I am running to the right. I'm still going to the right. So I'm going in a positive direction. And if you count, I went over 9. -3/9. Do not write that as your final answer. Your final answer should be -1/3. Because if you have a fraction and it can be simplified, you must simplify it. Number 3, okay? Let's look at number 3 for a minute. Let's go back and look at our 4 types of slope. Remember this little guy going from left to right? What was he? 0, right? Well, look at our line. It's going from left to right. So guess what that slope is? 0. So you need to really, really, really commit this to your memory. If your line is going from left to right, it has a 0 slope. So let's look at number 4. Well, look at this line. What did it do? It went up and down. Well, our little guy here going up and down, his slope was undefined. Or you could have also said no slope. So this one, the slope is undefined. If you can commit to your memory and make a flashcard of a 0 slope and then of a undefined slope, it's going to help you get this a little quicker. So let's go look at number 5. I'm going from this point to this point. I'm going to rise. We write our m, write what we rose. I rose 5. And then I'm going to run, and I'm running 3. So guess what your slope is? 5/3. That's it. We're counting up, and then we're counting over. So look at number 6 now. I'm rising how many? 2. And I'm running how many? 2. So 2 over 2. Am I done? No, I have to simplify that, and I get 1. So you're going to do 7 through 12 on your own. I want the slope of these 6. Anything else you do on the worksheet will be extra credit. So we're going to go a little deeper tomorrow with slope, and we're really going to apply it. And we're going to apply the rate of change. Remember, slope is the rate of change of that line. How quickly are we going up and over?